The other young man killed Friday night is this young man, 17-year-old Mark Rodriguez.
The 17-year-old rising senior was returning home from the Norfolk Christian graduation when he was shot. Today, Mark's father spoke to reporter Andy Fox about his son.
Yeah.
And Mark called his father, Carlos Rodriguez, Pops.
It is an amazing family. And the Rodriguez family has tremendous strength, and they are calling on all of their Christian faith to get through this terrible tragedy. Carlos told me his son may be dead, but his spirit still lives and will always live. He talks to his son, and his son has always told him, Carlos, Pops, keep going.
He had an unusual maturity to him. I think just about everybody would say that.
The first thing Carlos Rodriguez wants you to know, his son Mark was an ambassador for Christ.
And so he calls upon people who love him to take this message of good news to the world. And in some way, the way that we do that often is by suffering. You know, it's been said that the blood of the martyrs is the seed of the church.
Carlos says his son died growing into his faith, and a trip to Nicaragua last year changed him.
I think as he saw the lives of these people, as he maybe recognized that he could make a difference, you know, that God could use him to bring love to people and the gospel to people, it shifted his perspective.
Mark kept detailed, insightful journals of his faith, and he was a prolific writer. This passage from June 2013.
Lastly, I prayed for myself for courage, for guidance, for wisdom, that I would become a man. God has plans for me, crazy plans. He will, and He already is beginning to prepare me. God's not dead. Faith's not dead. I have a call, a mission. By God's grace, I will fulfill it.
We looked at the Norfolk Christian yearbooks. The rising senior was at that school since first grade. Mark ran cross country. The caption reads, Mark has determination, physical strength, and mental toughness. His father applies those same attributes to Mark's walk with the Lord, but most importantly, his spreading the word of the Lord.
You know, Mark crossed the finish line picking up speed in terms of his walk, in terms of who he was as a man and as a believer. And Mark sprinted to the end, and you know, I hope that I'll be able to do that too. And Mark's example, you know, helps me.
He sprinted to the end. Amazing.
What a strong family.
Carlos Rodriguez is an amazing man. Tonight at 5, Carlos Rodriguez, who is pastor at Redeemer Presbyterian Church, PCA, answers this question. How can a loving God allow such violent events to occur? His answer, based on his strong faith, you will find enlightening and comforting. Then at 6, Pastor Rodriguez takes us to the treehouse where Mark prayed. They built that treehouse together and found solace in a busy and sadly a violent world.
Yeah.
A tremendous family,
Absolutely.
A tremendous loss.
Difficult story to cover.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
But you've done well with it.
Thank you, Andy.
I'm sure they appreciate it.